And before we close, let's do a quick lightning round. And I'd love to hear one myth about apprenticeship you wish more people would let go of. And one reason now is a great time to explore apprenticeship instead. Lisa, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, of course. So one myth I wish more people would let go of is that apprenticeships are low paying and therefore people who are not good enough, not smart enough for college. So kind of like for the lower skills, which is absolutely not true. And I see it with the Nates out there, that a lot of our apprenticeship occupations are highly technical and like deeply rooted in STEM, especially in the manufacturing industry. And the concepts and skills involved in really mastering your job are very complex and demanding. So whenever I see my apprentices doing their work, it is very impressive to see what they can do and how smart and confident they are in what they're doing. And I can also say that because I see their wages, they're not low.
Yeah.
They're making good money. And it is required by the state that throughout the apprenticeship program, there are pay bumps after they reach a certain amount of hours to really recognize the growth that they're going through on the job training, but also on the educational side. And yeah, it should reflect in their wage. And there's another pay bump at the end when they're done with their certification.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think with that wage progression, you're not only learning new skills, developing your employee, but also the apprentice receives financial stability over time, which is so nice to see. Nate, what is one myth and why we should explore it now?
Yeah, I'm excited for this question. So there's a couple answers I could give, but one myth that I hear and that is definitely not true about apprentices is that they're just cheap labor or a short-term solution. That's not the case. It is a long-term investment of people, the skills, the future of the company, the future of that employee, and now would be a great time to explore and invest in an apprenticeship program if you have any skill gaps or if you want to future grow that area or to find those hard to fill roles. So apprenticeships helps you build that pipeline, those critical roles in your company that if you're thinking ahead 5 years, 10 years, that person's going to retire, who's going to take that place. Get those people involved and grow your pipeline so that way you can find your fine tuners, your tool and die makers now instead of down the road. And then instead of just waiting for that person to show up, if you have to go find that person at a job fair, you might be able to, but you're still going to have to teach them that role. So I think that would be a myth that isn't true.
It is from Nicole. What is one myth and why should we explore now?
So one myth we hear is that apprenticeships are only for the trades or for entry-level workers, which is not true. In reality, apprenticeships are a flexible workforce strategy that can work across multiple industries, such as healthcare, IT, professional roles, and can support new hires, incumbent workers, or upskilling.
And why should we explore it now?
Now is a great time to explore because I'm going to say just about the same thing as Nate. With employers facing those real skill gaps, retirement, and rapid changes in technology, apprenticeships intentionally connect learning and work in a way that builds stronger outcomes for everyone involved.
Well, right now is an excellent time to think about apprenticeships because there are a lot of grants out there that can support the employer financially with that. And I haven't mentioned that yet, but we are a nonprofit, so we are able to apply for those grants and then distribute that to our employer to help with paying for wages. And I think the biggest thing is paying for tuition. And the grants are out there right now. We don't know how much longer they will be there, so start now.
Absolutely. Thank you for our guests for sharing their perspective and staying with us as we continue the series and spotlight more workforce solutions. And if today's conversation sparked an idea for your business, your organization, or your own career pathway, don't let it stop here. Reach out, ask questions, and start the conversation. Apprenticeships might be one of the best kept secrets in Northwest PA, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Thanks for joining us for the very first episode of the Best Kept Secrets in Northwest PA. I'm Vera with PA CareerLink, and today's secret was apprenticeships. Thanks again. We'll see you at the next one.